Great. Thank you for that. I started. So today we will see a concept, array. What is array? Arrays are the analogy of array is like a bookshelf where in one bookshelf you can have 10 or 20 books depending on the size of the bookshelf. If it's a huge bookshelf, you can have 30, 40. The analogy in Java is array. We have array in Java. We have array list in Java. Array list, hash list, all those things, the collections. So to tell it in simple term, array is like a CD pouch where you can have multiple CDs in one pouch. So what I am going to do, I am going to create an array. The array name is weekdays, and the array is of type string, meaning I can store only string value inside this array. So I'm creating a shelf or a CD pouch, and I'm adding the first CD, second CD, and third CD. So these are the books or the CDs which I am adding into the array. So the first book name is Monday, second book name is Tuesday, third book name is Wednesday. Okay. So these are the books I will add into the array. Then after adding to the array, I want to print it in the UI and I want to display like, okay, I have these many books. So I go to the page. I give here what we have used so far, button. So I'll use that button itself to make you understand. So I'll keep this button. This type button I will remove. Okay, this class. Let it be here. What I have to do, I have to go over this array and print out all the values in the array. That is my requirement. So I'll go here. We have ngFor. Okay, the ngFor syntax is, which is like a for loop in C program, C++, Java. So ngFor is let, it is a syntax, item of list. List is whatever array we have. This array we can give it here, and this is the individual book, whatever we get from the shelf. We are taking one by one from the shelf and it is assigned to this variable. Now we have to print this variable. I will just give here the regular way of printing a variable in Angular is double flower bracket. This is called string interpolation. Now if I go to the page, you see here, I got this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If I am going to add more into the array, I'm adding more books. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now I should be getting those many buttons. Here it is, I got it. So you are learning how to iterate an array and display the values in the page. Where this will be useful when we retrieve an employee data. Let us say like 50 or 100 employees are there. We want to go over each of the employee and print their information. That time this will be useful. So we are iterating an array, we are displaying it here. Okay. Now this is all in Angular. Now I'll go switch over to the HTML part. This button I want to display as a list. So when I go to HTML, we have something as unordered list, UL. We call it as UL. And we have it as LI, which is list item. If I go here, the syntax is UL, I copied this code as it is. I come back here. After the button, I'll paste it for showing you how this works. So this means I'm creating an unordered list. You see here, coffee, tea, and milk. It's coming as a bullet. So instead of this coffee, tea, and milk, I want to print out this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So very simple. I have to give this for inside the LI, and I want to print this in one LI, and I will remove the rest of the LI because it is a for loop. It is continuously going to loop over and print the values. We got it. I think I've already printed this somewhere. Here it is. Okay, I printed. Okay, any questions? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay, super. So today what you are learning how to create an array in Angular, how to iterate the array, and how to display it in Angular. Displaying is ngFor, that's all. This is done in Angular. This is HTML. This has nothing to do with Angular. LI or UI. This formatting has nothing to do with Angular. If I give just label, these are just beautification. If I give this label and I give the for loop inside the label will be printed. That has nothing to do with Angular. This is a HTML syntax. UL is a, so that we get it printed in a nice bulleted way. It's in bullet points. Now, what I want to develop one simple functionality where instead of these bullets, I want to give a checkbox. We already brought a checkbox here. We know the logic to bring a checkbox. So I'll go here and where is the checkbox? We gave mat.
Battery is low. Please charge as soon as possible.
Oh, 1 second. Okay. So here,
Rajesh, you can decrease the screen size. Just you can regulate here.
is it okay now?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, super. So I'll go down here in the LI. I don't want an LI. I want the checkbox. So what I will do, I'll give this for loop inside a checkbox. There are multiple ways you can do it. Inside this checkbox, I will print this value. Let us see how it is coming. So we have this checkbox and then the value, checkbox and the value. So if I have it in LI, it will be neatly organized. What is list item should be the okay. I'll remove it. This doesn't make a sense now. I'll come back to that later. So for now, I have a checkbox and the values printed. So Monday, Tuesday until then. So far good. Let me give a line break BR so that it goes down. I'll give more BR. So I'll give more BR. Okay, so I got a space now. Now, what I have to do is when I check a checkbox, I want to be displayed here in the right side in a big text that these are the values you have selected. So for that, when I click on a checkbox, I want to go to the TS and receive that value. So in checkbox, I'll have a click function. When the checkbox is clicked, checkbox clicked, there should be a function as checkbox clicked, and I'm asking it to go inside that. I'll go here. I'll create that function. Checkbox clicked, alert. I'll just give an alert. Checkbox clicked. Let us see if it is coming. I'll do this as public. Duplicate identifier. Checkbox clicked to 1. Already I have some method like this, I think. 1. Okay. If I go back, if I click on a checkbox, okay, alert is coming. So this is working now. I want to capture the value. So what I will do is, when the click function is called, I will pass this value. What is this value? For every checkbox, this value will be different. For every checkbox, this value is Sunday. For first checkbox, the value is Sunday. Second, it is Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It goes like that. So I will pass this value. Here in the function, I will be retrieving that value. Incoming value, which is a string. If I don't know what it is, I can give any. Let's try. Give here, checkbox clicked. I'll print that value also. Incoming value. Okay, now Wednesday. I got it. Wednesday. Wednesday is coming. If I click Tuesday, Tuesday is coming. Super. So whatever I am clicking, that value is coming there. After it is coming inside, now I will create one more array.
Yes, you give incoming value, right? It's a
Yes.
constant name in Angular or
No.
can,
This can
okay.
be any value, any name.
Okay.
And I'm just going to receive it in that name. That's all.
Okay.
Still, it should work. It is working. This is constant. This is your choice, your choice. This is constant. Blue is constant. Red is constant. Blue and red you cannot touch. This is constant. Alert is a HTML syntax. If you give alert to 1, it will not work.
Yeah.
Okay. Super. Now I will create one more array, selected days array. This is the array I want to store the selected checkbox. So I'll create one array, selected days. The type is string array. Array means as open square bracket and a close bracket. String array, which means this shelf can contain multiple strings. Initially, it is empty. So when the checkbox is clicked and it comes here, this place I will be adding it to the array. This dot selected days dot push. Push is a method to push something to the array. This can be any name. So in this function, I'm adding it to the array. Now in the screen, I want to print the array. Already we saw how to be print an array, ngFor. I will first copy this. Selected values. br, and do here, br. Okay, here I will go ahead. Here instead of weekdays, it will be new array, which is selected days. This can be my own name to receive the value. You can keep anything you want. I just have to give it here. And let us see. So initially nothing is getting displayed. If you see here below the selected value, it is empty. If I click something, see here Tuesday has come. I click Thursday, Thursday has come. And you see here the page is not even refreshing. As soon as I click, the data are coming. Okay, I have to delete something in the top. I think it is already done here. So Monday, selected value, it is getting displayed. Do you understand this?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So we will now go into the theory part. ngFor. Yesterday we saw ng if. We go to the documentation, angular.io. And go ngFor. So if you see here, built-in structural directives. We will see what are directives. So any attribute which is given, which does a functionality which is given inside a tag is a directive. We have attributes and directives. Like this is an attribute. Okay, this is an attribute. But this is a directive because this is having some function. When you go like this, it is going to do something. So we have ngFor and ngIf, which we saw. So ngIf is, okay, where is ngIf? It is inside Angular common. So it is default inside the Angular package. And it is inside commons module. So did we import the common module? Let's see. App module. Commons module would be inside the inbuilt exported from commons module. Okay. So the common module will be inside the core. We don't have to common, yeah. So it will be inside this core ng module, and we have this browser module. What else is here? That's all. So forms module. So we need not do it. It is defaultly provided by the Angular core. So that is available. So the same way ngFor. ngFor is for iterating the loops. If we go to common module, we can see what all the other directives available. Here it is ng class, ngFor, ng component output, if plural. So we'll see example of all these things later. So these many directives are available. So using if, we can write the logics, and for to iterate the values. Next is however, like if you want to color something and make it look neat, you can try it out, not an issue. Okay, so next we will go.
Rajesh, I hope NG if we didn't see Rajesh.
ng if only we used to hide and enable.
Oh, enable this. Okay.
You have given like ng if. Can you check the code, please?
Okay. Okay, yes, Rajesh.
Okay, super.
If checked, unchecked, we put like
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Now what we will do, we will develop a simple calculator application here. We'll see how easy it is. So we want to capture two input numbers. Okay. Did we use input anywhere? Yes. No, we have not used it as a separate thing. So I'll go to Angular material dot components, input. I'll use this itself. Math form field input. Let us see if it is coming. Okay, because the input is not loaded. I have to API math input module. Here the input is changed now. Previously it was a plain HTML input. Now the input is looking good. So what I will do, let me actually take this to the top so that we do not scroll. Always you can see the latest at the top. Okay, so it is a calculation application with PR. Okay, so we have. Now this will be the first number. Let's tell us first number. The placeholder is enter first number. Okay, first number, enter first number, value I'll give it as 0 as the default value. Super. Now the same way we have to have the second number. Second number, enter second number. The reason is I have to put it inside a math. Okay, so we have the first number, we have the second number. Now I'll add one button. Add. And here I will display the result. If I give result should be declared in the TS. So I'll give first number, second number, and result. I'll give any. So here we should use, how do we bind an input to a variable? Whatever I'm typing there should be coming to this variable. How do we do that? Do you remember?
Could you please repeat your question, Rajesh?
When I type something here, when I'm going to type like 20.20, this has to be binded to the variable num.
First num.
Yeah. And if I type something here, it has to bind to the second num. How can we do that?
That means the one which are going to type, it has to store in that particular value. That's what you're asking.
Yes.
ngIf.
No, we read something like this. What should be in the left hand side?
First number.
No, that I have given in the right side. One word, just one word we have to give here. The same word to be given in both the places.
Add. Oh, ng model.
Remember?
Okay.
That is how we are binding the
Okay.
checkbox also. Correct. When the checkbox clicked,
57 line number.
yes, we are binding it using the TS variable using ng model. Now, if I go here, the add is a button. Okay, this is nice. On mouse over, it is coming up neatly. Now, on click of add, I need to take it to a function. Add click. No, it should be click. On click equal to add clicked. So we have to have a function like this. So add click. Why it's not going to return anything? Console.log first num comma second num. Let me see if both the values are first binded. This dot first num, this dot second num. So two variables we have in the TS. We will see whether the two variables are binded to this. I give 10, I give 20. I have to go to inspect and click this one and make it bottom console. When I click add, in the bottom, if you see 10 and 20 are coming. The values got binded. If I don't give this ng model, what will happen? The value will not be binded. When I type the first num and second num, see undefined. Because ng model only binds whatever we are giving here into that particular variable. So 20.1, 20.1, both the values are coming. Now once we get the value here, it is just a simple step for us. This dot result equal to this dot first num plus this dot second num. 20.2, 10.1, I mean 10.2. See here the output came. 20.2, 10.1. Why it didn't come? Okay, because it is string. It is just adding. Whatever we gave here, this is the result value. Can you see that? I gave a double flower brace after this button. Do you follow or is it confusing?
Confusing.
Sir, confused also.
Okay.
We followed till ng model, but after that, confused.
No, we create two inputs. Input box, I mean input text input, and we create a button. The first text input value we are binding it to the first num. First num. The second text input value we are binding it to second num. Here second num. And we have a button. We have a click in the button. So when the button is clicked, this function will be called. This will be called. which is getting called. Okay.
Okay.
Once you try out a program, you will understand. Plus cannot be applied to number and number. When I do okay. Okay, so okay, I'll start from first. We have two input text boxes. This is first text box, this is second text box. This one you know, right, how to bind a variable to a TS file. Okay, we saw this in like 3-4 classes. Any question in the NG model? This is just a syntax. Whatever is going to be typed in the input will be sent to this variable. Whatever is typing in this text box, the first text box will be sent to first num. Whatever I'm typing here will be sent to second num, that variable. And I have a button. This button has a click. When I click, it is going to a function. In the function, I am just adding both the values, first num and second num. I am storing into a result. The result I am displaying in the HTML. That's all.
Okay.
You have a working program, right? If you declare, can you go to that program and just declare like first num, second num, and try to give it in the output here? And can you tell me exactly where you are lost? Which one you don't understand?
The function add click. Yeah, from 14 to 16. The technical part you are explaining, right? The pointer.
This is just a place when this button is clicked. When this is clicked, this button is clicked.
Yes, now okay, Rajesh. But before that, it cannot
Okay.
come with you.
Okay.
Yeah, now after explanation, yeah, now okay.
Yes. So when this is clicked, it has to come to a place in the TS file. So I am giving add click. This can be any name. Whatever is there, it will come here. This can be any name. So let me uncheck this. So when I give a number and 20.2, I click on add, it is going to add. Let us say I want to subtract. What I will do, I will copy this button and I will paste it one more time.
Instead of add,
Multiplication and division. Here instead of add, I will do subtract, multiplication and divide. Instead of writing 4 function, here I will pass add. Same function. Now I will pass sub. I will call the same function with multiply. The same function I will call with divide. Now this function is not accepting any input previously. Now we have to get the value. Incoming value. What it is? It is a string. I'm giving add sub multi. It is inside a single quote, so it is a string. So I will receive as a string. Okay. Now this plus has to be done only if this value equal to add. Only if it is coming as add, I have to add. If it is, I'll copy this again. One more time, one more time, one more time. If the incoming value is sub, if it is mul, if it is div. If it is sub, I have to subtract here. If it is multiplication, I have to multiply here. If it is division, I have to divide here. 12.1, 20.2. If I add 32.3, subtract minus 8.1, multiply 244, divide 0.599. You can ask me any questions you have now. Tomorrow, let's do this practical on the system.
Yes, Rajesh. Without practice, not possible.
Yeah,
to
sure,
follow.
Rajesh.
Come tomorrow with your like, not possible to follow if we have not tried this.
Yes, yes. See, it is very simple. You forget, I can delete everything, but I'll create one more component. And so from base once again. So I'll create a component as maths, ngGC math. Okay, let this be math itself. So math dot component will be added. Okay, super. This is done. I'll go back. I'll close everything. I'll in the app component HTML. I will import the math component. How do we import the component? The selector. You remember? The selector has to be given in the HTML. Now the math component will be imported. Let's see if it is working. Math works. Okay, so this is a new component. I will comment this out, the entire thing, so that you don't get confused. I'll have only this. Okay. Okay, so only the component is working now. I'll do the logic inside the max component. So if you see the TS file, I'll delete this file. We have TS and HTML. Okay, so in TS, if I am going to have first number, second number, result. Okay, if I'm going to have three variables like this, any. If I'm going to have three variables, if I want to print this in the HTML, how will we do? A variable is there in the TS. How do we print it in the HTML? How do I print a TS variable in HTML? My name equal to Rajesh. I'm giving. How do I print in the HTML? Yes. Just a variable name and the value is Rajesh. If I want to print it, I just have to give double bracket. That's all. String interpolation. It will come. Okay.
Okay.
This one we saw, correct? You're able to recall now?
Yeah. Yes, Rajesh.
So any variable which is there in the TS, If I want to see what the value is, I have to give inside a flower bracket. Now, where is our result stored? No, okay. Let us say I want to see all the three numbers. I will give like this. First number. What is the first number? It is inside first num variable. Second number. Where is the second number? Second num variable. Not the result. Result. Where is the result? The result. So if I give like this, first number, I'll give a BR. 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 Line break. Okay. See, the values are empty because the number is not there. Instead, if I give like first number equal to 20. See, it is coming 20. If the number is there, it is going to display. Okay. This is straightforward, right? This one you understand.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I want to get the two numbers as an input, I have to give this field. I'll delete this here. So I'll delete all these things. So here it is first number. This is a first number, correct? I want to capture the first number. It is an input. But I need a place to store the number. Where will I store it? I will store in this variable. Whatever I am typing. So if you see here, now it is empty, correct? First number is empty. If I start typing, see that it is coming. How it is coming? From here, I'll go to the slide. How it is coming? I want to curve. From here, it goes to a TS. From TS, it is coming back to the page. This is how it works. TS, where does it go? First num. Because here we are binding with ng model. We are giving this syntax. ng model equal to first num. We gave this, right? Yes. So where are we giving? We are giving in the input field box. So this is tied with the input field. So when it sees this, what will happen? Whatever value the user is typing, it will immediately, as soon as something is typed, it will be sending it to the first num variable in the TS file. Okay. And TS file is binded to HTML file. So whatever variable is there in the first num will be displayed in the HTML wherever the double flower bracket is given here. Here it is binding. We are giving double flower bracket first num. So when the value changes, when the first num value changes here, it will be showing in the page also. When will it change? When it is typed here, this will change. It is all linked now. Can you understand? Do you follow?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Rajesh.
So when the input is typed, you imagine here where the mouse pointer is, right? That is a TS where the variable is there. That is what I showed in that slide. So when I type something, it goes to the TS. TS sends back to the HTML because there is a double flower bracket. Here ng model, wherever I am typing, there is an ng model. Wherever it is changing this side, here there is a double flower bracket. So from here it goes to the TS, it comes back here. This is the binding. So the first number, when I give, it is going to the variable. The variable is displayed here. The same way, when I go here, second number, this value, the second number value will go to the second number field and it will change in the second number value, double flower bracket. So it is changing here. This will change in the first number. Now, instead of giving a button, I'll do here itself. Now we remember we have an on change, ng on change life cycle on change on changes, right? Okay. On changes, ng on changes. This is the life cycle. So let us console.log value changed. Let's see if it is coming or not. When I start typing, let us see if that event is triggered or not continuously. No. Then there is something wrong in it. I cannot use this. I'll go with the button itself. So you have to understand now again. So I'll have a button. After I give the input values, I'm going to have a button. Button click. To capture the click, right? When the user is clicking, button clicked. Click me is the button. When the button is clicked, it will come here, button clicked. And here, I want to add the first number and add the second number. And after adding, I want to assign it to a third number. Result equal to first number plus number. Why it is coming is, the first number is a string. We cannot add two strings. We have to convert into a number and then add it. This is a syntax. Syntax and all, you no need to worry. Just the concept you have to understand. Okay. What it is, cannot find name result, this dot result. So now when I give 1 and 2, see the 2 is binded here, 1 is binded here. When I change, before I click the button, if I give 20, 20 is binded here. If I give 30, 30 is binded here, and I click, it is showing 50. Is it okay? I see a very silent, yeah.
No, I can understand.
Okay, super. Tomorrow, let's do this hands-on. So this will be
Okay.
clear and out of our way. So tomorrow we can work out the if, for, and binding of this one, the same addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division, whatever I showed earlier. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Good. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow then again, same time. We'll pause here for now.
Yeah, all right, brother. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.